Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Don, and today we're going to be talking about the Fate Stay Night 15th Anniversary Premium Box Set. So, in this box set, you're going to get 3 figures, one of Rin, Saber, and Sakura from the Fate Stay Night series, along with a beautiful premium art that comes with these figures. So, first off, price. The price of the figures is about 35,300 yen, which is about, what? 252 USD. You don't have to get the premium box if you want to. You can buy each of these individually. If you want to buy them individually, they're going to be about 11,450 yen, which is about 82 USD a piece. So you can buy them individually if you want to, like I said, or go with the big premium box set. This set is still up on AmiAmi if you want to, mainly because I don't think a lot of people ended up going through and getting this huge box. For a lot of reasons. One, because the price of the figure itself, or figures, and 2, because of the shipping cost. This is going to run you about another $100 or so. So you're going to be spending about $350 total with shipping. That's USD. Obviously, convert that to your own, currency. But reason I went with, the premium box set for it, or the celebration project, or whatever it's called, is because I wanted the art, because I love art that comes with figures. It's like just that icing on top of it, because it's a beautiful artwork and I love the idea. And I love the aspect of it, also because the box itself is also very nice. So it's a beautiful box, has an amazing illustration all over it. The boxes themselves are pretty much art pieces in and of itself. But I do love the art. I love the fact that it came with this art and it has all 3 of the main girls displayed with it. Who's your best girl? That's up for you to decide. But personally, I love Sakura the most. But let's get into each of the figures individually, right? So each of them are pretty easy to assemble. My first recommendation is that when you get this figure, if you get all 3 of them, regardless if you get them separately, one at a time or all together, put the base together first. Because if you try putting them on the bases first and then putting the base together, you're going to run into a problem with pretty much with Rin and Saber, because Saber's dress is going to get away of, putting Sakura's base on top of this one. So put the base together first and then put the figures on top. You think that's pretty straightforward, but, just in case, I want to make sure that's clear. So each of the figures, very simple to put together. Sakura is the simplest. You don't have to put anything together with her. You just got to put her on the base. That's really it. Saber, pretty much easy. All you got to do is put her bouquet in her hand, put her on the base. That's really it. Rin, a little more to do with her because she comes with 2 pieces. This piece right here with her dress, that's secondary shoulder strap. This actually comes separate along with her pendant. What I did, I put the pendant on first and then that secondary dress part on. Now, I would say be careful, because when I did this, I believe I did this. I'm not sure if it was already like this or if it happened while I was putting it on. I didn't observe it very carefully, unfortunately. But just so I'm warning everybody else, is that when you put it on this dress, be careful on how you put it on, because you have to pretty much slide it between her hair and in her hand. And I scuffed it. I may have scuffed it a little bit. And now there's a small little scratch on that secondary strap for her shoulders, which not too noticeable. It doesn't bother me too much, but I know it's there. So I'm just like, I know it's there. It's one of those things. But just to, forewarn everybody when you're putting Rin together. But overall, this is beautiful figures. Each are about, I want to say 1/7 scale, maybe 1/8. I want to say 1/7 in total. So for the price, you're getting them amazing. For the artwork you're getting, I think it's out of this world, especially if you're a Fate fan. If you're a Fate fan, this is pretty much a very good one to have for them. Also because I play Fate Grand Order and I've watched all the Heaven's Feel movies. So it's a good kind of cap off for the series for me, because I think this is a beautiful set. I know there are a lot of racing figures that have, Rin and Saber. Not very many Sakura figures, which is kind of a shame, because I love Sakura and I love seeing more of her. So a I love having Sakura in, along with the other two main girls. But I think this is a great figure to have, especially because it's the 15th anniversary figure. So with each of the figures, they all have pretty much very unique in and of themselves. Rin, like I said, she has pendant, she comes with roses with her, and she has a beautiful red and purple dress that flows very nicely. The details on the dresses themselves are beautiful. Rin's dress obviously is very red, but also has these light shadings of purple inside of them. And on the back of the dress, which you can see with the folds and everything, it flows very nicely, along with a red ribbon on her hair and some black ribbons alongside her black gloves. So honestly, I love her dress. I love all of their dresses. They're all amazing. They fit their characters beautifully. But Ren's a very gorgeous red with purple highlights. Saber, her dress actually has the only embodying I see on it that I can recognize. And the embodying is right here on the sides of her dress. I think it's more reminiscent of her armor when she's wearing that, because it looks like it's the same kind of embroidery, which I think is a very nice touch for them. Saber's dress is a beautiful white with a giant blue a giant blue ribbon on the back. And inside of it, it's more of a greenish teal inside of it, which I think it's a little interesting. It went with pretty much 3 different colors for her, because she also has a teal green ribbon on top of her hair, which she wears when she's in her armor. So I think that's more reminiscent. I think they could have just gave her all teal, which would have been fine, but I think the royal blue is also a nice touch. They could have went with either one of the colors. Personally, I think it's just a little conflicting with the 3 colors here, but overall it's still very nice. I do like the inner teal here. And her dress, kind of like Ren's, has a very good shading and folding. Not as much, but they still have pretty much those very bluish highlights in her dress, which her dress has a lot more shine to it because it's white. But overall, still a beautiful dress. Her bouquet is very nice, has white and blue just in it, and it's just nice. Now, Sakura, again, my favorite girl in the Fate Stay series. Her dress is a lovely shade of blue to purple, and you can see the gradient change as you go up it. It goes from this very light, kind of bluish purple to a very royal purple, which matches her hair, which I think this is probably the nicer of the tone, because I do love that how it just gradiently changes as it goes up. She does have this very nice kind of white boa that goes around her shoulders, and she's the only one with long kind of black/purple gloves, which I love the elbow gloves, I guess, because Sakura is very much, she fits more the dynamic I love in a kind of a formal dress like this. So I do love that. She also does have a giant bow, but it matches so well with her dress that you almost can't distinguish it from the dress itself. You can somewhat tell it's a difference, because it's a darker kind of purplish blue, and it flows very well. And the folding is very nice again with all of them. She has a little bit more dynamic with her flowers, because there's a little bit of purple, a little bit of pink, and a little bit of red in there. So her flowers are a little bit more diverse than Ren's or Saber's. And overall, she was the easiest to assemble. All you had to do was pretty much snap her onto the base, and that was it. So overall, I think the figures themselves are beautiful. They got their face details perfect, and they are good quality figures. There's not a lot I can say negatively about them. So the shading for them all are very amazing, especially within the dresses. I think that's what they took their most time with. But this is a gorgeous figure. And also the base. The base is huge. For instance, when I got this, I thought I was literally going to put this in a detail. I'm like, okay, beautiful. I can have this displayed very nicely. Forewarning, this does not fit in the detail. Not like in this current structure. If you want it in a full semicircle structure as it is, it won't fit in a detail. I'm going to warn you now. At least not a standard like IKEA detail. Mine technically sits on top one of my details because it can't fit. So just be aware of that. If you want them all to be in a detail, you can probably have to separate them and put them on each individual stands and give them risers or something. But they will not fit in the detail, assembled, as instructed. So just forewarning for that, because I did not think about it, and I was pleasantly surprised when I found out, they don't fit in the detail. But overall, yes, I legitimately do love this figure. and I am happy I went with it because, again, I am a huge Fate fan. I love the figures. A lot of my collection is Fate, so this I think is pretty much the quintessential Fate Stay Night figure, obviously because it's the 15th anniversary. So with that, I want to thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share, comment that 3 trifecta, and I will see you in the next video. Later.